This is the Texas Squeegee, and in this video I've got these two cars, both similar mileage, similar year, however tell a completely different story. Now this one was left unprotected versus this one was protected using a clear bra film, otherwise known as a paint protection film, and how you can get the same on your car and keep it looking fresh for the next 10 years. Squeegee that. So let's address the basic question. What is paint protection film? Paint protection film is a ultra high gloss clear film designed to protect your vehicle from highway impacts such as rock chips, fading from UV exposure, or scuff marks and swirl marks that you might get with your car over time. Now with this vehicle I've got sitting behind me, there's three main points that we want to take a look at. So let me go show them to you. Okay, so the first thing is we're looking at this faded paint right here. Now what happens over time when you leave your car unprotected out in the sun is the ultraviolet radiation or UV light will actually start to break down the clear coat on the film, going down into the layers underneath the film. You could see right here, this has gone down into the primer and it's going down into the paint. So this is what happens when you leave your car out in the sun without any protection. Now, speaking of which, these headlights right here. So headlights will turn yellow when it's left out in the sun, and again, the UV light is damaging them. It prevents the light from getting out through clearly. It actually diminishes the clarity of the light, and it just doesn't look good. So this right here are all impacts from potential rock chips that were hitting it down the highway. So what happens is when you're driving down the highways, you have tires that are kicking up pebbles, and as you're kicking up these pebbles, you have cars that are coming up behind them, and then boom, you get chips. Now, when you leave the chips unprotected, what it actually does is it chips down into the paint, and if you leave the paint untreated, it actually starts to rust. So this right here has a lot of impacts that it had over the years from highway traveling and driving down the road. Now let's take a look at a vehicle of similar mileage, same year model. However, the other one is protected with paint protection film. Let's check it out. Okay, so now we have this car right here. Now on this particular car, this has had the paint protection film on it for the better part of its years. It's not brand new, but it has done its job in a few little spots. So let's bring them up here. So first off, on the hood right here, this has the full coverage paint protected film hood. Now you can see there's spots like right here and a few other spots throughout the hood where the chip, it actually protected the paint from the chip. What happened right here is what the chip will do is it actually chip it, little dirt gets underneath it, and it's not a big deal because ultimately the film is designed to be the sacrificial layer, meaning that if it has to take impact, it's rather the film take the impact rather than the paint, because the film is replaceable. You could take this one off and throw another layer and then start over again. Now, as far as the UV exposure, if you take a look at these headlights right here, these headlights have been on here for the last 3 years. This is a shop vehicle, so we've been keeping a close eye on it. It's been here for the last 3 years. They've stayed pretty clear because again, the paint protection film is a UV protecting, so it prevents the UV from breaking down the headlight and making it yellow. This keeps it clear, which ultimately at night, the lights are able to shine to their full maximization and keep it looking glossy like that and clean. Now, final thing, these swirls and scuff marks. If you notice, even though it had some rock chip little dings, this film does not have any swirl marks, and that is because this film has a unique feature called self-healing. This is one of my favorite parts about this. I can't wait to show you, so check it out. All right, so to show you the self-healing feature, I've got this miniature black hood right here. It's got paint protection film on it, and I'm using the black hood because on black color, it's easiest to see this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this wire brush right here, and I'm going to start scuffing it to resemble what you would expect over years and years of having unprotected paint. And just to prove, you cannot wipe this off right here. This is not, you can't wipe it off. This is actual scuffs on the paint protection film. So the film is designed so that when you get scuff marks, it's designed to go away when you apply heat to it, whether it's sunlight or warm water or hot air. Now to show that feature in here, I've got the scuffs already on there. I'm gonna use this heat gun right here. I'm just gonna wait for it to heat up a little bit. And if you keep an eye on that, just keep an eye on the scuff marks right there. As I put some heat on them, they start to go away. And now, if you look at it, they're completely gone. So this is the self-healing feature that is added to the paint protection films. Now, we worked with a product called Ultimate Plus by XPEL. This is the XPEL Ultimate Plus product. We're an authorized dealer for them. Now, there's several packages that you can apply paint protection film. So let's take a look at a few of them. So for paint protection films, there's generally 3 kinds of packages that you can get with. The first one is a partial front end. So what this does is it covers part of the front of the hood, part of the front of the fenders, the full bumper, and the headlights. This is to protect your film on a budget. If you want to have something that's low cost and will still give you some protection, this is a very great entry-level package that you can go with. However, some of the downsides to it is that if you really pay attention to it, you can notice some of the seams. It's not super obvious, but it is noticeable if you pay attention to the details. So, and it also leaves the rest of it unprotected. So that goes into our second package that you will typically find at a shop, which is a full front protection package. Now that covers the full front bumper, the full headlights, the full front fenders, and the full hood all the way up to the edge. That is a much better package if you want to get more protection from it and not really see a seam or anything like that from doing the partials. Now the final one, if you're really feeling crazy and you really want to go maximum protection, is if you get the entire vehicle fully protected. It goes from bumper to bumper, all the way protected all the way throughout. That just provides the most maximum amount of protection. All right, so there was one other thing that I heard about this film when I saw it advertised. Somebody set it on fire and the paint looked like it did nothing to the film. I've got here a Elon Musk, not a flamethrower from the Boring Company. So does it withstand fire? Who knows? Let's go check it out. So I've got the film right here, shot vehicle. Do not try this at home. We don't do this with any vehicles except for ours. So let's give it a shot. We're seeing some reaction right there. Huh. Round number 2. Do not try this at home. Testing out paint protection film again. Ready and go. Oh snap, it would not turn off. You guys see that, right? It's hot. You see the smoke coming off of it? Oh yeah. I am noticing a little bit of some discoloration like right here. However, I think we can go for a 3rd round and put it again one more time. All right, so here we go. Round number 3 with the Texas squeegee. Fire. You know what, man? For 3 rounds of a firefight with the Texas squeegee, it's actually not that bad. Yeah, I'm actually kind of impressed. When will you ever need to go through a fire like this? So if it holds up to this and it's still keeping its gloss pretty well, I think it'll do well when it's out in the sun year after year. So if you like this video, you like what you saw, you learned something, make sure you like the video below, subscribe to the channel, drop your comments in the comment section below, and if you want to get something like this done, visit our website at texastintmasters.com. This is Carlos, the Texas Squeegee, signing off, and we'll see you on the next one. Squeegee that.